Next, more about mains electricity. Generators and batteries are sources of energy, and the electrical current transfers that energy from the source to the components in a circuit. The rate at which the energy is transferred to a circuit is called electrical power. Power is measured in watts, or kilowatts. That's 1,000 watts. We use the same expression about electrical appliances. A 3 kilowatt electric fire consumes 3,000 watts of electrical power. Power in watts equals voltage in volts times current in amps, or P equals V times I. Just like Ohm's law, if you know any two of these, you can work out the third. What is the most power a fused 13 amp plug can carry safely? We know that power equals voltage times current. In this case, mains voltage is 240 volts, times the 13 amp limit of the plug. That's 240 times 13 equals 3,120 watts. So the safe limit of a 13 amp plug is just over 3 kilowatts, enough for an electric fire. Here's another useful formula. We said that power is the rate at which the electrical energy is transferred to a circuit. That means power equals energy divided by time. Put another way, energy equals power multiplied by the time in seconds. That's E equals P times T. The unit of energy is joules. Here's a question about electrical energy. A kettle has a power rating of 2.4 kilowatts. It takes 5 minutes to boil. How much energy is used? The question is asking how much energy the kettle uses. Now we know that energy in joules equals power in watts times time in seconds. We know that the power consumption of the kettle is 2.4 kilowatts and it's on for 5 minutes. If we put them in our formula, then energy E equals 2,400 watts times 5 minutes times 60 to give the time in seconds. That's 720,000 joules, or 720 kilojoules. Your home electricity meter measures the amount of electrical energy used, so they can work out your electricity bill. Because joules are so small, a more practical measure of electrical energy is kilowatt hours. That's the energy used by a 1 kilowatt appliance for 1 hour. So the energy formula becomes energy in kilowatt hours equals power in kilowatts times the time in hours. 1 kilowatt hour is the same as 1 unit of electricity we pay for. So here's another question about our kettle. If the 2.4 kilowatt kettle is used 6 times a day for 5 minutes each time, how many units of electricity does it use in 1 week? The question asks how many units of electricity the kettle uses, but we know that units of electricity are the same as kilowatt hours, which is a measure of electrical energy. That means we can use our energy formula. Energy in kilowatt hours equals power in kilowatts times the time in hours. So E equals 2.4 kilowatts times 6 times a day times 5 minutes divided by 60 to give the time in hours times 7 days in a week. That simplifies to 2.4 times 1/2 times 7. That's 1.2 times 7 equals 8.4 kilowatt hours, or 8.4 units of That that's the end of this higher tier section on mains electricity.